Thank you, Speaker, and I'm very happy to rise to speak on this government business program today also. And the member for Cranbourne's right. This is a classic Labor government business program. We've got some bills on the program that are of the utmost importance to communities right around the state. Health, housing, they make for great media releases, but will they actually do anything to help Victorians, particularly in the space of the terrorism bill that, as the member for Evelyn pointed out earlier, we had requested to go into consideration in detail. Obviously, there is a couple of glaring omissions as far as community safety goes, and that, as was discussed with the member for Morwell earlier, that making machetes a prohibited weapon still isn't occurring. And you would think, in fact, we know from talking to, speaking to community members all over the state, including and particularly the member for Morwell, who's very close to this issue, it is of the utmost importance. As the member for Evelyn also stated, we are opposed to this government business program, and mainly because, you know, the lack of scrutiny and the lack of consideration that we are able to have by going into consideration in detail and allowing us to scrutinise each and every clause of the bill is again not granted by the government. So the lack of transparency continues to be mind-boggling. It really does. The Safer Patient Care Bill, great, fantastic. Healthcare in general, greater patient care. However, there is holes again and practicalities on the ground. Now, Speaker, I'm a very practical person. You know, we love a good theory, but how is that going to work practically on the ground? And for those of us, and the Nationals will attest to this, in regional areas, the workforce shortages, even though the greater nurse and midwife ratios are a great thing, obviously, for safer patient care, how is that going to work in regions where we cannot fill the vacancies that we've got, and or we have a workforce that is predominantly agency nurses, which in small communities causes a whole host of issues? When you've got an agency workforce, or a workforce that's dominated by agency staff who are working next to permanent staff, the morale of those permanent staff, who are often on a lot less money, they are working very long hours with no regulation in this space, it just creates frustration. The morale is low of those permanent staff, and we want to hold on to those. You know, if we could get some of the agency workforce and make them permanent in our hospitals, it would be incredible and to work as a cohesive team. But at the moment, unfortunately, we simply don't have that. And then, of course, we have the Help to Buy bill, and of course, housing. We love to talk about housing in the Nationals. We absolutely do, because housing is one of the top 3 issues that we talk to our constituents about each and every week. Housing, health, community safety and roads. So the Help to Buy, the housing and again, I say this all the time, I bang on about this all the time. When you are living on a border town, you can literally, physically see developers jumping the river. And those that are buying homes are jumping the river to buy homes because of the ease of which they can get planning, less taxes, or, mind you, they're still coming back over the river to use our healthcare, all of our infrastructure, schools, etc. So we are opposed to this government business program. It is a classic, as a member for Cranbourne said, a classic Labor business program this week. Before the end of my time, Speaker, of course, I do want to congratulate the member for Prahran on being sworn in today, and of course the member for Werribee. And let's look forward to a week where the Nationals, again, all over the business program, ready to speak and represent our communities, because that's what the Nats do best.